gentlemen in December wearing short pants outside.
I know, quite the mark.
I know, so people thought it was really cold. And I tell you, we're good to go.
Great.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Maddagunkscott City Council meeting for September 2018. I'm Hampus Grosspitch. I'm in charge of security tonight. So if you're going to do anything weird or creepy or dangerous, please don't. Let's see here. First and foremost, doors. There are emergency exits in the back of the room to your left, directly to your left, in the front of the room to your left. And the door you came in, that is the best door. So if anything should happen, which it won't because I'm in charge, let's use that door. Let's see here. There are no breaks in this meeting, so if you need to use the bathroom or grab a drink, please do. As you may notice, we are in the small theater of Improv Boston in Cambridge, Massachusetts again, instead of back home in the Holly Public Library. As you know, there was a black mold problem, a radon leak, a series of spooky tunnels. A group of lost teenagers got lost in those tunnels. A group of lost teenagers got found in those tunnels, but they were haunted. Let's see here, we had, then we locked the keys in the basement. Then we had flooding caused by a fire being put out after a small horse got scared by an Uncle Sam on stilts who told his sparklers during the 4th of July celebration. He got kicked through a small window. We flooded the basement, and then we got black mold again. And so we got a bit of a good news, bad news situation. Good news, the Holly Public Library is open for business. As of last week, The bad news is, on the first day of school, Gabe Chapman had his laptop stolen and he lost another Sims family. Yeah, so he actually booked up every Saturday through the month of September. From noon to midnight every Saturday, there's an individual memorial service for every member of the Sims family.
So we're booked out?
We are double booked, yeah. And then through a clerical error in Google, that invite actually got pasted through 5 months. So for the next 5 months, I think we're here. There's a memorial service for the Sims for the next 5 months at the Holly Public Library.
It's a 2.5-hour drive.
It is, yeah. I apologize. If you are a citizen who is lucky enough to get called up and speak your case today, you get 5 minutes. At around 4 minutes, I'll start waving my phone, and at 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you to end your piece. Let's see here. Last bit. In the booth tonight, IT extraordinaire Kat is out of jail and helping us again tonight. And Kat, just from the counselors tonight, I just want to say that one of these days we're going to have an intervention, but it's just been really busy this summer.
No, I understand.
It's tough to schedule. But we're going to get you out of jail for good, I think.
Okay, thanks.
That's all I got.
Right.
Thank you,
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Thank you all. I now call this meeting of the Maddagunkscott City Council on Saturday, September 15th, to order. Thank you. I now will do a roll call of the attendance record. When I say your name, please say present. Councilor Jeff Mitchards.
Present.
Councilwoman Ruth Wilson Hayes. Present. Councilwoman Kristen Jacobson.
I am here.
Great. Security guard Hampus Grosspitch.
Present.
Council minute taker Bernadette Marie Boudreau.
I'm here.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the attendance record for this meeting?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes.
All right, the attendance record has been approved for this meeting. You notice I did not call Mayor Cox. He is in the midst of a very tense re-election race. So while he still is our mayor, I do not want to recognize him with an attendance call. I think that's only appropriate since he never comes. Thank you. Next, I do want to address, before we go into the check-in from last meeting with Bernadette, I know I wasn't here last meeting, and in my 14 years on the council, it's something I never want to do, is miss a meeting. I think there's been a lot of gossip in the local paper about the status of my marriage, and I want you all to know that it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. I did go up to the Poconos, and I took a nice little retreat with my children, and we had some nice time together, mother and children. All right, now, thank you. Thank you all so much. If we get an update, Bernadette, from the last meeting, I know you were not present as well at the
No,
last meeting.
I wasn't.
But if there is the minutes from last meeting.
I don't care what happened at the last meeting. I've been doing some personal self-discovery, and I've spent the last month following Celine Dion on her international tour. And as you may have noticed, I did my hair differently. Before, you can say I had sort of like a short mom haircut, and I've decided that I'm not just a mother, I'm also a woman. So that's what I'm doing.
I did not know you were a mother.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about my children. They came out of me and I can leave it at that.
Great.
So I've been really taking lessons to heart, and for that I have not brought notebooks. I'm just doing a lot of mental notes.
I don't think there's a reason to
Approve that.
approve that
No,
at all.
we don't.
I don't need your approval.
All right, Bernadette, why can't we fire her?
I feel like I did something wrong. Why is everyone mad?
Oh my God.
No.
No one's mad.
Councilwoman.
It's probably because you're not good enough.
The doldrum, the municipal bureaucracy has its coldness. Is all I'll say. On that note, I do want to say I have some updates as well. As October and Halloween approaches, as usual, we do see an increase in the number of 911 calls that are made. We do want to remind all citizens at this time, pumpkins sometimes are carved into jack-o'-lanterns. They are not demons, so no need to call 911 over any sort of thing that might be a decoration. If you believe you see a demon, ask yourself first, is that a carved gourd? On a similar note, I want to point out that decorative corn is not all real corn. You may know that, but squirrels and birds do not, and the die-off of small creatures this time of year as a result of plastic corn is a big problem. So just check your decorative corn and know if it's real or not. Thank you. That's my niece.
Councilman Jacobson, do you have any updates for our constituents?
My album is almost done. I have been in my basement for 7 months working on it. It is a tribute to Maddagunkscott.
Oh my God.
What? My foster city. It is industrial sounds. Crank, 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 bang, bang, bang. I think it reflects the city that I know that has taken me in since the seals attacked my village.
That's good music. That's fantastic.
Oh, wow, that's great. Always love the patriotism.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of patriotism, we are celebrating our 360th birthday this year. It's great, it's great. And we are celebrating that big birthday with a sort of gunk-tennial celebration Friday, September 28th at 10 p.m. Right in the other room here. It was the only time the organist was available, so 10 p.m. it is. I know it's really late for some of our older folks in the room, but we would love to see everyone there Friday, September 28th, 10 p.m. We would love decorations as well. Just be mindful of the animals.
There will be a sign up for that if anyone has access to crate paper at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Feel free to sign up and be part of the decoration committee.
Sealskins I have.
Sure, yeah. We'll get in touch, get you on that list.
All right. Well, moving forward, let's get into the community feedback session. We want to hear from you, our constituents here. So we'll move into that portion of the meeting. Up first is Officer Dan, the safety man of 21 Old Fishery Lane.
Hey folks, good to see you. Most of you will recognize me, of course, Officer Dan, the safety man. I am the school resource officer for the MPD, serving all the local K through 12s. So That means I'm in charge of the Crosswalk Buddies program, the Stomp Out Bullies program, the Junior Anti-Terrorism program, and of course, DARE. I've been doing the DARE program for some 30-odd years, and it's because of that I want to talk to you tonight, because I want to talk to you tonight about drugs, okay? A lot of parents think they understand drugs. They come to me and say, Officer Dan, you know, I did a little weed when I was a teenager, or, sometimes me and my friends, we would huff paint. I know what to look for, and it's not a big deal. And to you I say, hold on, because drugs have upped their game, okay? It is a different world, all right? I know what you parents used to be up to. I used to be warning your parents about kids doing whippets at rainbow parties. But things have changed, okay? Taking it to the next level. How about this? You take your shoe, right? You line the inside of it with a coarse-grained sandpaper. And then you crush in a few tabs of ecstasy. You walk around all day without socks. Small microabrasions allow the drug to seep into your bloodstream. They call that walking on sunshine. It is a nice, mellow high that will take you through most of the day. And you say, oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Well, sometimes they go more hardcore. There's another one that they've been doing lately called Rubber Ducky, You're the One. And God forgive us, Jim Henson. But you fill up a nice hot bath, and then you take your bath salts, and you crush them and you snort them. You've heard about that part. But now you've got the bath. What do you put in the bath? Crystal meth. You soak in the bath for 20, 30 minutes. You get out, you are good to go. It is a 48-hour non-stop party high. You don't need to sleep. You're ripped to the tits for 2 days. Okay, you parents have to know about this. This is what your kids are doing. All right, you're telling me, oh, my kid's a good kid. They're up studying. They're not involved in drugs. Are they? There's one where you take an empty Coke bottle, fill it 1/3 with ayahuasca, and then 2/3 with Pepto-Bismol so you don't get sick from the ayahuasca. You use it to wash down a couple Ritalin. They call it Shaman Says. And it's a study aid, right? They say you can focus more with the Ritalin and be more imaginative with the hallucinogenics. I've even heard that the DMT machine elves will give you a thesis and topic sentences for your term papers, guaranteed A. Okay, you've got to watch out for this as parents. How about this one? Are your kids outdoorsy? Do they like going camping with their friends?
Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance they're doing a weekend at Byron's. That's where you intentionally infect you and your buddies intentionally infect yourselves with tuberculosis. You go out to someone's cabin, you get wasted on laudanum and absinthe, and you write over-emotional poetry. Why do they do it? Well, you come back to school, you got these artsy kids, you got your goths, your theater kids. It's like catnip to them. You come back from a weekend at Byron's, kids at school find out, you are guaranteed getting laid. Okay? Parents, you've got to know. And parents of boys, and I hesitate to bring this up, but you have to know this. The one called Fire in the Hole, or Old Faithful. This involves taking a catheter, inserting the catheter, using that to administer an equal parts mixture of liquid medical grade cocaine and ghost pepper sauce. Does it hurt? Oh my God, it stings like a mother. But I bet you can guess why they're doing it. Yeah, that's right. You come so goddamn hard afterwards. Apologies. But it is a religious experience. You think you understand pleasure, but you have... Forget about it, okay?
What proof do you have of any of this?
Oh, well, me and my buddies from other towns, we exchange emails, long email exchanges, things to watch out for. Sometimes I sort of hang out, like, outside of the classrooms, just listen to kids talking about things as they walk by. You know how many of your kids have been to third base? Like, all of them.
If you've never come, will it make you come finally?
My limited understanding of female plumbing leads me to think that particular might not work as well on a woman.
Who said woman?
Oh.
Officer Dan, you have 10 seconds left.
Answer the question.
Answer that.
You're right, no one did. Just make sure that you, well, don't do any of it. Kids, if you're watching, go try this at home.
I don't want to believe that my kids are actually doing it, but it's up to man.
I saw a lot of people taking notes.
Things to look out for. Sure.
Yeah.
It's all right. Moving right along, let's have our next citizen come up. We have Doris Pilsner from 87 Dobson Road, apartment 6. You can give us the apartment number. Doris Piner, sorry. Doris
Thank
Piner.
you.
Do you want that podium?
Campus? Yes.
Do you want to move? Or?
Please move it,
Do
campus.
we have a ramp?
We don't have a
I don't
ramp.
have a ramp.
Can you pick her up? Can you pick her up?
Probably, yes.
Pick her
but she
up?
isn't-
I want the city to
I got
be
it.
sued.
Just gonna
ADA
see these,
compliant.
Think about that for next time.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Doris Piner. This is my loving husband of 45 years, Alan Piner. You might remember him before he retired. He had the print shop down on Central Street, and I taught many of you in my English classroom at Maddagunkscott Middle School, and I'm here today to petition the council around the importance of the arts for seniors. Since Alan and I, it's been just the two of us, the boys have moved away, I've realized more and more the importance of having a voice as a senior citizen. And to demonstrate that today and the importance of the budget maintaining, I would like to perform a favorite monologue from Pulitzer Prize winner David Mamet's 1984 play, Glengarry Glen. We got limited time. You got Alan, are you ready? Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. Do you think I'm fucking with you? I am not fucking with you. I'm here from downtown. I'm here from Mitch and Murray, and I'm here on a mission of mercy. Your name is Levine. You call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch. Alan, that's you.
I don't gotta listen to this shit.
You certainly don't, pal. Because the good news is you're fired. The bad news is you got just one week to regain your job, starting with tonight. You got leads. Mitch and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
The leads are weak.
Alan, I need more than that. We talked about this.
The leads are weak.
The leads are weak. Fucking leads are weak. You're weak. I've been in this business for 15 years.
What's your name?
Fuck you! That's my name! You know why, mister? 'Cause you drove a Hyundai to get here tonight. I drove an $80,000 BMW. That's my name. And your name is You're Wanting. And you can't play in a man's game. You can't close them. Then go home and tell your wife. Because the only thing that counts in this life is getting them to sign the bottom line, which is dotted. You hear me, you fucking idiot? Hold it up, Alan. A, B, C, A, always. B, choice is you close or you hit the bricks. Decision. Have you made your decision, for Christ? Hold on now. Keep holding on. That's right, AITA. You get out there. They're sitting out there waiting to give you their money. Are you going to take it? Are you man enough to take it? What's the problem, pal?
If you're such a hero, how come you're down here wasting your time with a bunch of bums?
You see this watch? This watch costs more than your car. I made $970,000 last year. How much you make? You see, pal? That's who I am, and you're nothing. Nice guy? I don't give a shit. Good father? Fuck you, go home and play with your kids. You want to work here? Then you close. You think this is abuse? You think this is abuse, you cocksucker? You can't take this. How can you take the abuse? You get on a sit. You don't like it, leave! You son of a bitch. Get mad. Get mad! How Please keep the line item stable.
Oh, absolutely. That was wonderful. I would love to see that entire production. Alec Baldwin was using that, right? Alec Baldwin?
I think, and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Those are the only two I remember.
It was like they were
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon. Okay. And while I think we can make, an excuse for theatrical productions, but please, language. This is on
Right,
local
public
cable.
to children,
Their children watch it,
families.
so we do ask that. All right.
I took your mug.
What's really interesting about that play, I've seen a practice version, 5.5 hours long, and it's famously originally about 40 minutes.
You know a lot about theater.
I am an actress.
Okay, well, next we have up Amanda and Boo Boo from the Maddagunkscott Zoo, Asian Kingdom Panda Place.
Boo Boo, do they mean Boo Boo? Okay.
Look at Panda Man.
Oh my gosh! Hi! Hello!
The stool. Hey, Amanda.
Oh
Oh my God, is it good? Is it safe? Are they gonna? Oh my God, this is amazing.
Want to feed it?
Can I?
Excuse me. I'm Amanda. This is my husband, Boo Boo. This is our zookeeper, Cindy. I want to cut to the chase here, okay? I want to make this quick. I don't want to waste your time like you and the city have wasted mine.
Oh my God.
As many of you know, I was brought in from the San Diego Zoo early this year. And I was married to Boo Boo, and I want a divorce. When I was brought in from the San Diego Zoo, I was traded for a herd of possums that descended from this town's mascot, Wally. It seemed like a fair trade at the time. I was looking forward to a change of pace. I was sick of the fast-paced environment that is the San Diego Zoo and was looking forward to a slower and frankly more intimate experience. I was ready to settle down and to finally have a regular sex life. As you know, on Valentine's Day, I was married to Boo Boo. Councilman Richards was there with local radio DJ and shock jock, the Maddagunkscott Love Doctor. It was very romantic, and after the marriage certificate was issued, I was ready to resume married life and hopefully finally have the regular sex life that I had been thinking about for so long. It turned out that that was a lie. And I would like to pass around the marriage certificate as the first piece of evidence of the deception of this town.
We designed that together, remember?
Yeah, this is what we would do for a normal wedding license, but with pandas.
I realized that this was a publicity stunt, and I was duped. I've been taken advantage of a town, a desperate town, looking to get cheap tourist numbers at the expense of a lonely and desperate woman. I have been living in hell, okay? I tried everything to make myself attractive to my husband. A couple months ago, I had Cindy here spray a highly concentrated dose of pheromones on my backside and genitals. And not only did Boo Boo not even notice me, he in fact seemed to even continue to ignore me.
We're passing around the wedding license.
I have needs, okay? I am a real female panda with needs, and I want you to grant me this divorce. Please.
I mean, we can probably just kind of do that.
I know. And if you want to get out of something that's really hurting you, and might be bad for publicity, you should just do that.
Ruth, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Because this is
This is
city
not-
business. Can't be about your divorce.
What is he
doing?
I would never do that. I would never
I
do
don't
that.
mean to. I just want to be clear that we're.
What is he doing?
He's got the humpies.
Is that panda attempting to mate with Hampus?
He's trying to have sex with that man.
Not successfully.
He's never expressed any remote interest in me.
Come on. I think we can do
This
this,
is
right?
right, because I mean, normally with people we'd have to get a judge, but it's pandas, so I think we can probably just kind of sign off on it. Is it possible?
So
that
they
we-
love each other.
I want to say it out loud, but is it
He might just like actors.
that's very possible. That's absolutely
Well,
possible.
he hasn't gone after the two old people.
Well, should we take a vote of the council? All those in favor of approving the panda divorce, say aye.
Aye. Great.
Divorce approved.
I wasn't expecting it that easy. I thought you were all about this publicity stunt.
I mean,
And you,
at this point, we
Congratulations, you're getting
do I get an apology?
You should try catheter.
I guess we apologize for attempting to, right. We were under the.
I was made a fool.
I don't apologize to animals.
I do think.
I don't apologize to seals. I don't apologize to you. Animals, stop! Stop being sad, animals!
I apologize that your time. Is that foul?
All right, well, thank you for the divorce.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely. And if there's anything we can do for the zoo in any way,
And
for
my
the Asian
sex
Kingdom
life.
Panda Place,
I think this is the first animal divorce we've seen.
I think that's true. I don't know that code properly governs how to go through that, so I think it's just
Boo-boo.
what was a good call there, and wow, great.
Really.
Moving on.
Something happy.
What?
I said finally something happy.
They're so cute. Moving on to our next citizen tonight, we have Jort Winkley from 1500 Amendment Boulevard. Mr. Jort Winkley. Jort.
Is there a second podium?
So there was a second podium.
Is there a second podium?
Is there a second podium?
No.
Is there a second podium?
Just one
We'll share the podium. Podium. Okay. Good evening. I am Jort Winkley. I'm from the Maddagunkscott Modernization Society. I am Turd Middlesford. I'm from the Historic District Commission. We will be debating the expansion of the historical land in Maddagunkscott. The much needed expansion. These debates will be following Swedish rules. 1 minute on the clock, please. Maddagunkscott is a city of progression. We move forward. We do not look back. Expanding the historical land from 1 square mile to 2 square miles sets us in the wrong direction. The wrong direction.
A history of historic regression. You see, if we don't have our history, we don't have our identity. In Maddagunkscott, if we do not understand where we came from, how can we know where we're going? And that is why the district must be expanded to include not just 50 parcels of land, but 2,000 parcels of
If
land.
Mr. Middleford had his way, we would be back centuries. And is that the kind of town we want to live in?
Exactly, we do. Because if we had candlelight instead of electricity, we wouldn't have half the problems we do today.
Oh, you demonize electricity, sir.
We weren't being filmed, I'd slap you. When I was 11, I noticed there was a crawl space between my closet door and my brother's closet in a different room. And I used to scare him by pretending to be a demon in the crawl space. And I always felt bad about that and wanted to tell him. Then he died from a train accident. And I've never gotten to tell him.
When I was 12, I was in English class. And I too did my pants. And instead of taking the blame, as I should have, I blamed it on Lisa Martin, sitting next to me, and everyone believed me. And Lisa was never the same again, and neither was I.
We all make mistakes.
Yes, we do.
You can't blame yourself.
And we learn from those mistakes.
If there is electricity, there is sin. Before electricity, did you ever hear of car crashes? Did you ever hear of murder fights?
Electricity
Never.
in the cars, come on.
Come on.
You're better than
Your wife is
Think
unsatisfied.
of- You're gonna bring wives
Yes.
into this.
Let's say your chimneys don't work, and that is a euphemism for your dick.
In 1641, a man named Thomas Winston owned a parcel of land that would be covered under this historical His great granddaughter is your wife. That means
What is your point?
she has inherited that land, and under 1474 rules, she would have to be stoned to death for owning that property, and for adultery. That's right.
You better be meaning what you're saying, because I'm going to get the punch that's coming to your throat. Do you have the oatmeal sack?
That's a sack of oatmeal.
Mother Mary, let me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling wagon filled with gin. Mother Mary, lets me in. I've got a rolling. You have been fucking my wife! Yes, I have! I'll fuck her in every century! 1400, 1500, 1600! You want to expand that territory?
Yeah, right up your fucking ass. Your sphincter is going to be the property of 1867. Where it belongs, you piece of garbage.
Will I live with your wife?
Excuse me, you have 10 seconds.
In conclusion, it brings value to the town if we believe in who we are and we preserve that image.
It drags down the economy, the education, and the society we live in.
Go fuck yourself.
Oddly enough, I don't know where I stand on the expansion.
Yeah, they both actually made fair points.
Yeah.
on both sides there. So,
We'll have to
Alan, he's wet now.
are we near a beach?
I think we're near a pier. Okay.
Great, let's move right along.
Lindsay Rutherford, 45 Lilac Lane. Rutherford.
Citizens of Maddagunkscott! Good council people, I have but one question for you. Have you seen my turtle? Well, hold on, just think about it. Next slide. That's him. Okay, take a good look. Take a good look at the details of his face. You can tell him apart from other turtles. This has been a problem. Next, all right, hold on. Next slide.
I saw him on the
Have you?
on the last slide, yeah.
Have you seen him? No.
How big is the turtle? How big is it?
Is he alive? Go to the next slide. Look, I'm giving you guys everything I got. His name is Henry. He's a turtle.
I saw a turtle. I don't know whether it was yours.
Well, I don't know why didn't you just look at his face earlier, then you wouldn't know.
He was very big, and he said that nothing was coming.
All right, listen, this is Henry. Henry was last in my backyard, okay? I saw him eyeing the gate, like he wanted to make good his escape. And I said, well, fine, go for it, you bastard. But don't you ever come back here. I took that to heart. I haven't seen it since. Next slide. Look!
Different turtle.
People are now bringing me turtles. I put one ad up on Facebook and flyer the entire town, and now I got all these extra turtles. This is not my turtle!
But you have.
Whose turtle is it?
Are you sure?
I don't know. Next slide. No, look. These are 3 more turtles now in my possession who are not my turtle. No, wrong turtle. Wrong again. Next slide. This is a mammal. This is a mammal dressed like a turtle. Do you think I want that? Next slide. Somebody found out, and they think it's really funny to go around and give me these kind of gifts in the mailbox. None of these are Henry.
How many turtles do you have?
I have to do a rough estimate because hatchlings are being born every second. But I'd say 498 turtles.
98 turtles?
Right. 10 of which are these action figures. Next slide. Look, this is a mockery. My grandmother came up. She gives me this like, oh, sorry you're missing your turtle. It's not a condolence. This is definitely not my turtle, guys. Next slide. This is the last slide, and it's the only one that matters, perhaps, except maybe the first one. So I will implore you once again, citizens of Maddagunkscott, have you seen my turtle?
Is it possible Henry circled around and went back in your house and is hiding amongst the other 390?
488.
488 turtle. I'm not a math.
Feels like a strong possibility now that you said it.
That's a lot of
Right,
turtles to have.
Yeah, you've got a turtle party.
I'm gonna have to look each one in the face now and see. What?
Is this Henry? I don't know how to turn it.
Where is that from? Is that from
Campus,
the...
where did you get
It's
that?
very far away.
My friend, okay, I'm sorry. My friend texted me this from Belmont. It's just a little turtle. It's a town nearby here.
Oh my god!
Really?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know Campus had friends.
Are there any identifying features or characteristics of this turtle that might help us pick him out from all the
Can
other
we go
turtles?
back to the earlier
Well,
slide?
no, sorry,
Yeah, the picture. This!
Maybe like a...
This is Henry.
star
All right.
or a-
Is that a beard or is that lettuce?
This is clearly lettuce.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, though.
That's a tortoise.
We got
Have you
5
been
seconds.
getting turtles? Because that's a tortoise.
Where's the zoologist? What's the difference between a tortoise and a turtle?
Either the shell.
What the hell does it matter? What does it matter what you call him? This is Henry, first of all. Number 1, Henry. Number 2, turtle. Number 3, maybe tortoise. Look, just keep your eyes peeled.
Alan looks like a turtle. You could spend some time with
Is my
him.
time up?
I apologize. Yeah, you're out of time.
Can we just flip to the last slide real quick? Just to... Yeah. Hey, no!
Well, we're seeing behind the scenes.
Have you seen my turtle? Let me go!
There's a man named Herb Fergalbird who I think has a bunch of turtles.
You could try Herb.
Just
Did you see a turtle in the ocean?
And we do have a zoo.
that's Yeah. So now actually we have a little deviation here. Mr. Randall Parts from 55 Cooper Street is going to come up here. He has been tasked, or has self-appointed himself to take care of the lost and found from all the city buildings and from here away to our meetings. We've been kind of saying we could probably do this online. We're trying to figure out a way to not have to take up time to do this, but
Hello, everyone. My name is Randall, and I'm doing the Lost and Found. I volunteered. Excuse me. This is the Lost and Found.
I found it.
Put it back in the back.
someone belongs to someone
Belongs
else.
to someone else. There were a variety of items that have been lost over the last month, and so I want to make sure that they go to the right home. We'll start with this one since you were so precocious about it. This is a octopus that's also a soap. And you could imagine using this to wash your hands or also to talk to when you're alone. Is this anyone's?
Somebody brought that and left that in the public.
If it doesn't belong to anyone, I guess
I want it.
I will take it. Ooh, a shirt. It has a marlin on the back. Look at that shirt. You could imagine going on a boat and wearing something
Is this
like
anybody's
this.
shirt?
Yeah. And you could have a rod in the high
Is it-
seat.
is it-
Is this actually your shirt, or do you just want to participate today?
No need to be rude to the public.
I was asking an honest question. I've never been rude in my life.
Well, if it's no one's, I think Cheryl is allowed.
I'm gonna take it home.
Fine, Randall.
A very nice shirt.
It is a very nice shirt. I think Cheryl
Ooh.
wanted it.
A chicken purse. Look at this.
A chicken purse?
Look at this chicken purse. It's a purse, but it's like a chicken. You could imagine
Is this
We don't-
anybody's
putting
don't need
this
to imagine
next
anything.
to a bowl of cereal in the morning and speaking to it as you eat a bowl of Wheaties. And perhaps that could be a fun way to start your morning. Is this
Talking to a
anyone's
chicken
chicken
purse.
purse? Well, I think I'll take it.
All right, there's city issues to get to the
Whoa,
citizens of
my
this.
bag's
like a
getting
lazy
full
auction.
of things.
Make this
Oh,
man
boy.
stealing.
Ah! It's a pumpkin head.
That's a demon.
Remember what we talked about.
It has a mustache on it, so I see how you got confused. So, you could imagine having this on the holiday Halloween, and perhaps putting it out in front of your yard.
Are you advertising lost and found items?
I'm trying to allow people to envision how they might utilize it should it be the item that they left behind. Is this anyone's? I guess I'll take it.
That man said it was his.
Who?
That man right there.
Is this actually yours? Or did you just want to participate?
Not mine.
All right, Randall. You're just taking.
Yes, you just want all of the lost items, Randall.
There's so many more items in here.
Okay, well.
Look at this. It's the queen. See how she waves? You could imagine using her little hands to tickle you on the pad of your foot.
What?
Well, it has a sort of supple motion to it, and it's in a nice rhythm that could be sensual in the right context. Uh-oh. You're excused. Is this anyone's?
People leave.
This happens every time I do this. Is this anyone's? Is this anyone's?
Clearly not.
I'm going to take this with me.
You don't have to ask 3 times if someone's a statue of
It's
the Queen.
important for me to make sure. Does anyone remember when these were popular? I can see why someone would have left this behind. But what you don't realize is that it makes a little fan on your hand. That's a nice little breeze in the inside of your palm.
Randall, you got 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'll keep this then.
It's actually mine.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it really? Or
it's really mine. Can I please have it?
what about this?
There are people watching.
Yes,
Don't need to
that's-
know.
This is a silicone penis.
Randall.
And one could imagine, you know, using something like this
I would not reuse
to cool
something
down
like
a
that.
hot surface, perhaps. It has a high capacity for heat. And if you were to touch it, perhaps it's quite cold, surprisingly. If anyone,
Someone else
is this?
That says
It's yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep one at work.
How is she still working
Oh
here?
no!
I can do whatever I want.
Oh no!
Nepotism.
Is this the turtles? I found 2 turtles that say Puerto Rico on the back of them, and I think they connect together.
Your time. Oh,
Okay, well I'll just keep all of
Yep.
these things. then.
It looks like
I'll be at the next meeting.
as always.
With more lost and found items. So if you didn't get a chance to get your item, please come to my home. I live by myself, and I'd be happy to take in a visitor. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you so much, Randall. We volunteers to do this, and we're trying to figure out like a Google sheet to figure out where these items are supposed to go.
Do it not during the council meeting.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, next we have Karen Ann Miller of 12 Magnolia Drive.
Hi everyone, so nice to see you. Pull up my presentation here. So I'm Karen Ann Miller. I'm from Excellence Realty, and we have just flipped a historic home. And I want you all to get in on the ground floor because we are open to any and all offers, people, and I'm so excited to share it today. Here, as you can see, is the home as it was. If you can look past the police tape and the police presence, you'll see a historic home that maybe needs a little bit of love.
I don't believe so.
I think it looks great.
Thank you very much. As you can see, we have flipped it, and this is what is on the market today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Next slide, please. So people ask me all the time, Karen Ann, what makes living in the gunk so weird and wonderful? And I like to say You know, when I found this property, it really spoke to me. I actually felt its presence enter my body. It was a very spiritual connection. It's located on historic Hangman's Hill in a very up-and-coming neighborhood on Gunkman's Grove. It's next to the Performance Fleece District, which is really hot right now, as you guys can see. 5-bedroom, 3.5 baths, full amenities, 5,000 square feet, 3 floors, a very roomy, and should I say cavernous attic. Bonus secret rooms. You find a room around every corner, let me tell you. Open kitchen with stainless steel appliances, which is great because there were a lot of stains there. I should mention that. A basement rec room with some surprises. And we need your best offer. It has to move. Next slide, please. So you might be asking, Karen Ann, this house is a real steal. How can you possibly think that no one will want it? You might also ask, Karen Ann, is this the infamous Maddagunkscott murder house from 1974? And in all honesty, I must tell you, yes, indeed. I know it's unfortunate, but in 1974, noted psychopath Leonard McGrath did indeed brutally murder his whole family in the house because he said the house, quote unquote, told him to. Now, may I just ask you all, we've all done things in the past that we regret, right? You know, I'm not the same Karen Ann Miller who streaked through the Dairy Queen drive-thru in high school. I'm a successful career woman, and can I just say, a house cannot tell you to commit a murder. Murderers commit murder. So here, as you can see, this was the living room of the house before, and that is my adorable daughter, Samantha. As you can see, she loves it. She's not scared. Some people may say, Karen Ann, is that a ghostly specter directly in front of your daughter? And I say, I think that's a bunch of hooey. I mean, my camera just had a little dust on it. As you can see, it's very beautiful now. Moving forward. It's a one-of-a-kind historical home. It's got old-world charm. In fact, the Historic Commission has said that it was actually the site of a very historic occurrence. In 1794, a young girl named Goody McGee actually conducted a seance that people say opened a portal into another demonic dimension. And that's all just stories, excuse me, that's all just hearsay. Please go to the next slide, the last slide. So, I just want to share with you some is it hot in here? Is it just me? Do you guys feel hot? Do you feel a little uncomfortable? As I was exploring the house, I just wanted to share with you, you know, if you see a little girl who approaches you with like a kind of a finger like beckoning you, she's generally okay? Like she'll, you know, keep her distance from you if you decide to keep your distance from her. Sometimes she'll send her thoughts into your mind, which is, it's fun and cute. But I have to say, if you do enter the house, oh my, I'm sorry. Ooh, it's really boiling in here, wouldn't you say? And why is it so loud? Why do you hear that? It's very loud. It's very loud. As you can see, if you see this specter, if you see what looks like to be a scary nun approach you and say, kill everyone you see, that's bad. That's generally bad. I don't think it's actually related to the house at all. I think it's just, maybe I've been taking too many Xanax. Maybe people say, Karen Ann, maybe you should just stop with the martinis at lunch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a great house. It's a beautiful house. You should totally get the house. You should get the house. You should get the house. You should buy the house. You should buy the house. Buy the house.
Out of the market right now. Myself,
Satan told me you should buy the house. Oh, hey,
I'm interested in the house.
I'm so interested in the house.
We got a little bidding war going.
You know, I have to say, I'm so sorry. I just completely forgot what I was talking about. But all of you look very disturbed, and I feel. Have I made anyone feel uncomfortable tonight?
Quite the opposite.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, you can get my card. My name is Karen Ann Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to connect with you. Thank you all, and you know, just take care of yourselves. And
Take care of your children.
Okay, bye, thank you.
Thank you.
I like ghosts.
You like ghosts.
Typically do real estate sales at city council meetings. So, you know, hey, there's history there. So.
Right, yeah. Got a lesson.
Moving right along, and maybe on a related note, our next community member is the Dark Lord Bell Sorensen of the Necromancers Guild. From the Fleming family crypt, row 13, the old graveyard on the edge of town.
Nice.
Dark Lord Bell Sorensen.
Yes. Thank you for letting us share in your city council meeting. Normally, we of the Necromancers Maddagunkscott Local Union 667 we try harder, meet in the abandoned house over the town's hellmouth, but as you may have heard, it has recently been flipped. So, Necromancers of Maddagunkscott, we have successfully renegotiated our contract. Yes, it's mostly the same, but with a few differences I'll go over tonight so there's no confusion. Firstly, our health care. In addition to our previous benefits, we are now entitled to 1 free resurrection every millennium. After that, you have to pay out of soul. With your demonic lord of choice, you can go in network, out of network, however you like.
Medicaid?
No. No Medicaid, I'm afraid. But, good news, you'll be needing this soon, probably. Skeletal minions have full dental. Except, yes, x-rays aren't covered because, let me check my notes. There was a good reason for that.
To not x-ray a skeleton?
Yes, they aren't necessary. That was the reason. Yes, you can see inside the bones. Thank you. Yes. So, healthcare. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, pretty much the same. Regenerate from all wounds. Fear only holy water. Spouses covered. Family covered. Turn spouses and family into twisted abominations. Still covered. Nothing to worry about.
Well,
Yes.
Pet insurance? Pet insurance?
Define pet.
pet to you? Yes.
Werewolf. Demon.
Panda.
Animated pumpkin.
Where's Turtle Girl? She's over there.
Half man, half walrus. Centaur. Unicorn whose blood you harvest. All covered.
Mermaid you're friends with?
Ooh, not a pet, that's a friend. Friends are not covered under our health care. What is this? A socialist country? But I'm kidding. I have a few more things to cover. I want to make sure I don't go over time. There have been some updates to our workplace safety policy. All gaping pits to hell must now have guardrails and ladders to prevent what we are calling Disney villain deaths. Very common workplace hazard. Also, all zombies must be issued a helmet. Now, I know this adds to startup costs, I know, but you save it on the back end. Zombies, they conk out one sharp blow to the head. We've all had this happen. You're going through a doorway. You have your zombie follow you. Your zombie hits its head on the doorway and immediately deanimates. Or, band of plucky kids. You want to rip them apart. They get a bat. bonk, they hit your zombie on the head. Zombie's dead, zombie's gone, you've got to reanimate the zombie. This way we save money. Thank you.
Very sensible.
It's pretty sensible. Oh, I should say, no bicycle helmets. Those are not safe. Yes. Yes. So that's a workplace safety. Moving on. We are still on poor terms with the Frankenstein's Union after last year's fall camping debacle. They sent a note, actually. A little tattered. They say, fire bad. S'mores good. So we're making back lost ground. If you want to pass that around, pass that around. That's from the Frankensteins. Yes, they've eliminated the word monster from Frankenstein's Monsters Union. They find it demeaning.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see here. What?
I'm sorry, your time is if you want to round up.
Oh, yes. We're still looking for union dues. Some people are behind. Gargamel still owes us 3 gold smurfs. And that is all. If you see Gargamel, tell him he owes us 3 gold smurfs. Not edible smurfs, golden smurfs. He tried to pay with edible smurfs before, they escaped. Thank you very much.
Harvard almost did it. The necromancers have done it.
This could use a guardrail.
Again, not our space. We're out of house and home.
I didn't know gold smurfs were different than regular smurfs.
Yeah, is that alchemical?
Yes, that's alchemical.
Okay, so yeah.
It's an alchemical process that turns a live smurf into a smurf made of solid gold in an extremely painful manner.
Great.
It's not lethal. The Smurfs are alive inside the gold and suffering terribly. But it is very painful.
Great.
That's always good. Yeah, it's good to hear from all of our constituents. Finally, we do have Greg Keller.
Right now?
86.
Right now?
Yeah,
Right now.
Greg Keller.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Are you? Sorry.
Yeah, just a second.
5 minutes per citizen. Sure.
Yeah.
We ask people to turn their phones
No,
off.
I know. I'm so
Start
sorry.
the-
I'm sorry.
Are you talking to a turtle?
I got it. I wish I was, right?
Why?
Just a minute. Does anyone have? I gotta do something.
So you have 5 minutes for address the council.
Sorry, Jesus Christ. Please. What do you mean? No. We don't have money for that. No? Oh, jeez. Okay. Can someone? Is there anyone who could go after me or?
You're the last one.
Oh, okay. Do you have? Is there an outlet? My laptop is dead. I just need to send an email. Very quick.
I don't know. I don't know if there's an outlet.
Okay.
Greg, you only have 4 minutes.
I know that. Thank you. I know that.
Can you send an email in 10 minutes
No.
when the meeting starts?
Sorry, my company's going under very fast. Hello? Hang on. Okay.
Why did they call you and hang up?
Okay, do you have? Do you have? Shit. Do you have? Is there an outlet here?
There's one right there,
there
but it
is.
doesn't
It
work.
Outlet here. Okay. Do you have? I don't have the wall. I don't have the wall piece for.
This isn't our
So
normal
is this part of the presentation?
No, I'll get to. Look, it'll just take a second. I just go. It'll take a second. I just got to get to. I don't have the wall. Does anyone have MacBook Pro?
Is Lost
Wall
and Found?
piece?
Lost and Found? Is one of Lost and Found?
It's my. Okay, it's my kid. Sorry. Okay. That didn't go well.
Your child was said in that amount of time.
It doesn't matter. It
Why
doesn't matter.
go well?
It's whenever a child screams in an instant, doesn't matter.
Your child screams?
I would disagree.
My child screams. Does anyone? I don't.
Unless it.
I have to say if I don't.
Maybe you could plug it into that computer over there.
Yeah, well, if I don't have the wall wart, it doesn't matter.
So,
Sir,
USB.
everyone is waiting to drive 2.5 hours back to Maddagunkscott.
It'll take just 1 second. I swear to God. It's just not the. Yep. David, no. No, David. David, no. No, David, no. David, that's not what I'm talking about.
Said anything.
Sorry, 1 second. David? No, David, no. Is David his kid?
He screams last
Yeah,
time.
that was so.
No, David. David. David, that's not what I'm talking about.
David is getting bad news today.
David, come on. They hung up on me.
Mr. Keller.
Sorry, it'll just be 1 more second. If anyone,
Wait, you only have 2 minutes left.
do I?
Do we really? No one has a MacBook Pro wall adapter for a.
Okay. In 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You'll just take, is there anyone who can go after me? Is there anyone?
There's no one else.
There's no one who can go after me? Okay.
I could open the phone to new business.
All right.
Would you rather more updates on necromancy?
David?
Hello? This is Randall in the front row. Hello? Hi, I'm calling you on the phone. Oh, you hung up on me.
Mr. Keller, if you don't have something to.
No, I have something to talk about. It's just that
2-3 minutes
if I don't,
left.
okay. Well,
People want to go.
One minute.
No, people. Okay. Just
55 seconds.
okay. Okay. One second. Hello?
We're very sorry about this, everyone. We'll try not.
It's Randall again, front row. It's Randall right in the
I'm
front row.
trying to FaceTime you.
That was my son. I just have to send 1 email.
You know, use your phone to send an email.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Greg, 20 seconds, Greg.
I'll get right to it. What is the Wi-Fi password here?
Improv.
I just
Something
don't.
improv related.
Improv. Something.
We don't know.
Something
I
improv.
know you, Greg.
That's not how Wi-Fi passwords work. You don't just do something.
We don't know the Wi-Fi password.
Okay. Well.
That was.
Use that.
Okay. 1 second. David, no.
All right, Mr. Keller. That's.
Sorry. Just it'll be 1 second.
That's you could literally have 1 second.
David.
He doesn't even have that.
You're not my business. You don't fuck around with my business, David.
Language.
I love you.
Ambus, are we?
We're done. I mean, we're done. The meeting's over.
I want to hear more.
I think David's his son. He loves him. He's angry at him.
You're my son. You're my business partner. You're older than me.
All right, thank you very much, Greg Keller. There's no time for.
Sorry, so
this.
maybe next meeting.
I recommend charging your device.
Maybe next time know what the Wi-Fi password is.
Yeah, it's our fault.
Sorry, 1 second.
All right, while this man's doing this, Bernadette, do you want to give us a recap from the meeting for the official record?
Does anyone know where I can buy bath salts and
Talk to
You
them.
already have a catheter?
All right, is there a motion to approve the community feedback portion for the official minutes for this meeting?
Wait, I want to hear anything from this man. What's his name?
It's very nice.
Water's good?
Yeah.
Water's good.
Great.
Is there a motion to approve the community feedback session for the official minutes?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes?
All right, the community feedback portion of the meeting has been approved for the official record. Everyone, please join us for the 360th birthday Gunktennial celebration on Friday, September 28th at 10 p.m. And our next official city council meeting is right here once again, Saturday, October 13th at 7 p.m. This meeting is officially adjourned.